What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing today? It's Wednesday, September 22nd, just after 3:30 p.m. We got about 23 minutes before market closes. ATER getting a nice run at the end of the day. ATER, this is a pretty good breakout up above. We've talked about this type of stuff before. When stocks consolidate, and once they pick a direction, chances are they're going to continue going in that direction. So ATER, solid textbook play. There was a few textbook plays today. So let me fix this real quick. So with ATER, nice consolidation all day here, back and forth. Thanks for the follow, Freddie. I appreciate it. So nice consolidation. We get that breakout up to 16. Pulls back. Nice again. Consolidation, gearing up for breakup through that level, and the move continues. Very nice on ATER. A lot of textbook breakouts. We also have Sava getting a nice little pop from $50. A nice psychological level, $50. Beautiful. Draw our support there at 50. 50, ramping up to 53. Nice $3 scalp on that. And we also had DVAX today. DVAX from $16 getting a nice run all day up to almost $21. It's a $5 run. It topped out at 1 o'clock. So 3.5 hours it took for DVAX to run up $5 a share. Yeah, I would say your textbook is outdated, Seabeth, for sure. It's just like with DVAX. Now I'm going to pull this picture back up again. Let me get in and find it real quick. It's going to be my Euphoria chart too. So with an Euphoria chart like this, human nature never changes, guys. So if you see a stock trending up and trending up and trending up, eventually it's going to get that blow off top run like this. And then once it breaks trend, it's going to fall and it's going to get one bounce, one little bounce. And then from there, it's game over. Now, if we go back and look at DVAX, what did this do? It built up, built up, built up, built up, built up, built up, blows the top, then it pulls down. There's that one little bounce on it, and from there, it's game over, and it just slowly fades all the way back down. So this looks very, very similar to this, doesn't it? It's human nature, guys. It never changes. It never changes. Jesse Livermore was doing these same trades back in the day. Jesse Livermore, and that was over, what, 75, 80 years ago? He was doing these trades back in like 1915, 1920s. Insane. So for any of you guys, if you don't know who Jesse Livermore is, he's got a few books out. Highly recommend. Highly. A stock I've been looking at all day, and if you're in the Discord chat, you already know, ARQQ. This stock is just a straight beast. Straight beast. Actually, I'm going to go in here real quick. I got to share this to these guys in the Discord because I don't think they know I'm live. So I've been talking about ARQQ all day. This thing's just a straight beast, and it's still hanging around. Look at that. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, ARQQ has ran from 14 up to almost 40. And it's still just hanging out right here. This could easily rocket up to that $40. And if it breaks over 40, what's the next big level? $50. So from here, there's a potential upside of another $15 or more per share. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this. This thing's been consolidating nicely all day. I said in the Discord today, if ARQQ can hold up at this 35-ish level and build up off of that, it's looking pretty good for a nice pop later on. And ARQQ has been doing just that. It just keeps pulling back down to 35, 34, and from there, ramping back up to 39, 38, 38, slowly building up. Sure, there's that chance this thing could just crumble and fall apart to the downside, but anytime we have stocks that are just, like what I like to say, lingering around like this, they're most definitely a watch. Most definitely. And if you go back in this video, we just broke down DVAX and compared it to an euphoria chart. It's exactly the same pattern as this chart here. It's textbook, guys. Human nature. It never changes. 72% of the stocks today making new highs. We had the Fed meeting this morning, or not this morning, at 2 Eastern time. So this morning was a little bit shaky. Normally, the day of Fed meetings, there's going to be a lot of indecision. The market is going to go back and forth. You're going to see a lot of range-bound plays and consolidation because people, they're all anticipating what the Feds are going to do and say. So look at here, right at 2 o'clock when the Feds came out and said they were leaving interest unchanged. Got a nice ramp right here, and then it slams all the way down. Now look at how choppy and back and forth it is. It's like all this volume showed up right at 2 o'clock, and it's been nonstop since because everybody's been waiting for the Feds to hear what they have to say. Right now we got EEIQ popping up and ramping. And this is, again, another textbook pattern right here, guys. Look at the wedge. It formed on this. Right at 725, you got the VWAP right there. in the Discord chat, we said if this breaks up over $8, where it's at currently right now, this is where it could start to run and take off. Because if you look left here on the bigger time frame, $8 right there. It's got all, look at all over here. It's wide open. So sky's the limit. There ain't nothing over here. So there's nothing to stop it. EEIQ. That was a good call out today in chat. Hawk. Why do we see these patterns over and over and over and over again? Patterns like this, guys. Human nature. I mean, everybody is taught to look for these patterns. Everybody. So that's why we keep seeing these patterns happen over and over and over and over again. This morning, the top stock gapping up was MRIN. And what did we say this morning in the pre-market prep? We said this stock's going to be overcrowded. Everybody and their mother all has their eyes on MRIN. It's the only stock that was really gapping up on the gap scanners pre-market. It was up, what, 85%? It's up way too much. We said, don't even pay attention to this. If anything, it's going to quickly pop, and then it's going to fade out the rest of the day. Sure enough, what'd this thing do? Opens up near $10, gets a quick pop to 1087, and then it fades all the way down to 862. And it's just been in this back and forth range all day. From 850 up to 950 pretty much. So there was even opportunity on this MRIN. Just play the back and forth range on it. That's all you do. Back and forth, back and forth. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 different opportunities on MRIN to just play a basic range on this. Could have made 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. It's all about how you guys look at these charts. That's what matters. Where do you see opportunity? You got to trust in yourself as well. What else did we have? We had WIMI go on a nice little pop today. Right here from $4. Gets a nice run up to 450. Pulls back down to 4. Runs all the way up to 525. So a good $1 opportunity. And then once it got its run, everybody just dumps it. And it's just been fading out the rest of the day. IRNT. If you remember IRNT, this was a big runner not too long ago. Right here. Let me delete all my trend lines. So IRNT from 10 got a good run up to almost $50 a share. And since that big run right here, it faded out and it got a little speed bump right there. That's what I would call that, just a little speed bump. It doesn't really look like much, but when you zoom in on this, down here from 29 runs up to almost $31. This has just been slowly like gearing up. I think that this is getting ready for some sort of short squeeze. You know, shorts, when a stock makes a run up like this and it finally tops out up here, and when it starts going down, all these shorts start piling in. All these shorts, they're piling in, piling in, piling it in, because when it goes down, they're making money, right? So when a stock stops going down, guys, and it starts going up, all these short sellers who piled in on this name, they have to start covering their positions because they're then losing money as it pushes up. So if this pushes up and now it's just lingering around and hanging out, every single day shorts have to hold on to a position. They have to pay fees to borrow those shares. And whoever they're borrowing them shares from, the lender can say, hey, I want my shares back. And there's nothing you can do about it. Let's say you have 20,000 shares you're short on IRNT, and you're paying all these fees every day, and you're writing it down. Well, unless there was a contract that was written up, the lender can come back and say, hey, I want my shares. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you got to cover that position. And when it starts covering, things can get out of hand. And all these other shorts have to cover. And that's where you see these huge explosions up like that. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to happen, guarantee, with IRNT, but it could happen. We've seen it before. Always have to know how shorts are thinking, how longs are thinking. You have to know how this game works and it operates inside. How do all the gears work for everything? Because remember, the more you guys know, the more advantage you have over everybody else. There's a lot of people that just come into this game and they think they can quickly learn this game in a few months. So what I just talked about and went over with you guys about short selling, I bet and guarantee a lot of you didn't even know or even realize that. And that's just one little small thing that you didn't know. Now you do know, and you have the upper hand because you have the knowledge. And once you see this stuff again, over and over and over again, you get used to it. And then you could start anticipating it before it happens. Markets are about to close in 5 minutes. So it's kind of like the same idea with INDP. You see how it had this big run up right here? And since then, it faded all the way down and it's just been going like sideways. Pretty much the same thing can happen, but I don't think there's any shares available that were shortable for INDP. And the company, they just diluted this stock. That's all they really did. They just took the profits when it had this good run up. ATER, this thing's still pushing. We said it's got room to run up to at least $16, $17 a few days ago. It just took a bit of time for it to get up to that level. But from 1, 2, 3, the last 4 days, if you zoom out on your charts, you can easily draw a line. This stock held trend the whole time. And from, what was it? $9. Look at that. This thing's all the way up at $17. So in 4 days, this stock ramped up and trended up $8 a share. Slap a line there. Slap a line connecting all of your higher highs on this. You see how it's just been trending up like that? Not a lot of people zoom out on their charts to get a big picture idea of what's been going on every single day. You see all of these dark black boxes? Every single one of these black dark boxes is one trading day. The gray darker boxes, that's pre-market and after hours. So you got every single day, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different trading days right here. And just by zooming out on this 1 minute time frame, you get a bigger picture of what's going on and what's the trend versus being completely zoomed in on this one specific day and you're getting tunnel vision. Does that make sense? By just simply zooming out, you can get a better picture idea of what's going on and you feel a lot more comfortable with the trades. Little easy tricks like that, guys. It does a lot. I see you guys talking about ANY. ANY, this has got a lot of levels to get through. It looks bullish. It does. This is more of like a swing trade type stock. It's got a lot of levels. Every 25 cents, it's going to run into resistance. So 625, you see how it's running into resistance right now? And it's struggling to get over that. Then after it gets over that, it's going to run up to 650. Then 675, $7, 725, 750. So this has got multiple layers it's got to get up through. EEIQ. Very, very nice play. It's fighting at that $8. But if it can get over that $8 and even going into after hours now things get even more volatile. So from here, going into after hours, this thing could effortlessly rip up to $10. You know shorts ain't touching this. They're not. Hey, look at you, Vince Priddle. Thanks for signing up and becoming a member of the Wolf Pack. So Sava this morning, let's look at that real quick. If you've been around, you remember Sava. Sava has had some really epic moves on it. It's had huge downfalls and epic bounces. Here it had a huge downfall and it just got drilled down and drilled down. And then this morning, pre-market, it had a big surge on it. But then this morning, it just got destroyed and it gave back even more of what it spiked. So this thing spiked up right there and it got drilled down and it gave back more than what it spiked. But this thing did level out right there. and it leveled out at a nice psychological level. $50. $50. That's a huge psychological number. And from that, multiple opportunities for about $2 scalps from 50 to 52, 50 to 52.50, 50 to 52, 50 to 53. So like 1, 2, 3, about 4 opportunities on Sava today. You just got to be patient and look at today's Fed meetings day. And what is it? Range bound opportunity. Range bound. So there's one stock with range bound. What was another stock with range bound? ARQQ was another stock with range bound. ARQQ had a good morning rip, pulled back, retested its high, pulled back, got another pop retesting its high. So that's 3. We had ATER. This was in a range all day right here, back and forth, back and forth. MRIN, that was another stock. All range bound type plays today. So it's important to listen and pay attention to what the markets are telling you. What do you see across the board? A lot of range bound type plays. Give a quick shout out to C. Beth. Tomorrow is his birthday. Happy birthday, C. Beth. Taking the rest of the week off. All right, cool. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy birthday and have an awesome weekend. So yesterday, QS was a nice play, running from $22.50 up to $24.50. So a nice $2 play on QS. This was more of a patient type of play. You really had to be patient with this one. And then if we look back, the number one stock yesterday, HLBZ, what did we say yesterday? What HLBZ will probably do? We said, look back what it did on Friday. It had a good morning run, then it topped out, and then it crumbled and fell apart at the end of the day. So more than likely, it's probably going to crumble and fall apart at the end of the day. They both look exactly the same, don't they? When you look at them. What this did on Friday, it pretty much did on Monday. Or Tuesday, I'm sorry. So it had that good morning run right here, and then crumbled and fell apart. Good morning run, crumbled and fell apart. And when you look at it too, what this did on Friday, it ramped up right before the market opened, and then it consolidated before it made its next run. So ramps up here pre-market, gets a nice consolidation, making that wedge. Then it got its continuation. Then it topped out up here. Topped out, that's what we call distribution. Everybody's distributing. Volumes all at extreme highs. The stock is exhausting itself. It falls down, consolidates, even more distribution, and then crumbles. So then we fast forward to Tuesday. pretty much did the same exact thing. Right before market open, it shoots up. Going into the open, it consolidated just like it did on Friday. Then it got its continuation move. Then it topped out. Distribution. It fell down, got a quick consolidation, and then crumbled and fell apart at the end of the day. Same exact personality it had a few days ago. That's why all the traders always tell you guys, look left, look left. You want to know what a stock will potentially do? Look left. So stop trying to be that person that's going to predict what's going to happen on the right. Always look to the left. Look left and look at the levels and draw out your levels. Where the stock's currently at, draw all your levels out. Let's say the stock's currently right here. All right. So we look left and we draw out all of our levels that the stock could fall to the downside. And then we do the same to the upside. We draw out all the levels the stock could run up to on the upside. And we take it from there. Where the stock's currently at, risk is right there, reward is right there. If it runs up to that level and gets up over that level, we know our next level's right here. You just take it level by level. That's all we do. And pay attention to the trend. So markets are closed. It's 4:08 p.m. I would say it was a pretty solid day today. You just had to be really, really patient with your trading and stick to what we said in the pre-market. In the pre-market prep, we said, hey, today's probably going to be a range-bound type day because the Fed meeting was at 2 p.m. Every time the Feds meet, there's a lot of indecision. People don't know what the Feds are going to say and talk about. So up until the Fed meeting, all these stocks are just going to go sideways, back and forth, anticipating and waiting for what the Feds are going to say. Man, ATER, that thing sure is taking off. Look at that. She gone. And this is a good example too. Right here. When you guys draw out your support and resistance lines, stocks are going to fall through them. It's not going to be perfect where it's going to bounce right off of it to the T. They're going to think of it as like a trampoline. It's going to have some bounce and elastic to it. So it comes through it and then ricochets right back up and off it goes. This thing is running. I think a lot of people got beat up today in the market. I think a lot of people chased after breakouts and a lot of people lost their butt. That's what I personally think happens. People think that stocks every day, the number one play to go after are breakouts. You're totally wrong. If you don't adapt and adjust to this market, you're going to get left behind. And I don't want to see you guys get left behind. And I'm telling you guys watching this content, watching all of my videos, I'm here every single day. And I have that mindset. I want to show up tomorrow. I want to live to trade another day. I'm not going to let one stock take me out. So if I was consistently losing money, guys, and blowing up accounts, you think I'd be showing up every single day the last 6 years? No. I'd be on the streets poor. So it's all about your perspective and your mindset. When I tell you guys and preach to you guys, show up. If you make money on that first trade, that should be good enough. That's all you need. Secure the bag, come back again tomorrow, and do it again. That's what leads to consistency. If you're going to sit here all day and try to trade a stock like this and beat yourself up, buying and selling back and forth, you're going to die from 1,000 paper cuts. Because all it takes, you can be right and trade, make money, trade, make money, trade, make money, trade, make money. But then you chase after that one time and you get caught on the wrong side. And it flushes down and it eats up 80% of your work for the day. That's going to hurt, and it's going to play head games with you. So I'm always going to preach to you guys. Get in, get that money, secure the bag, live to trade another day. Because we see a lot of people come and go in this game. A lot. A lot of people. Accept the process too, guys. Accept the process. It's going to take about 1 year, 2 years to understand and learn this game. If you have that mindset, you're going to show up and just learn all of this in a couple months. You're setting yourself up for failure. All right, so we got 2 more days left in the week, guys. Today's Thursday. Solid day in the markets. Markets even have been getting a nice little, I would say, a little bit of a rebound after its big, disastrous red week last week. So we've been getting some momentum on the upside. You just have to be very, very picky what you trade in this market right now. We're almost out of September, and like we've said, guys, if you can make it through September, you can make it in this game. A lot of people are struggling in September. Don't forget that. So always keep that big goal in mind when in the markets, guys. Don't get googly eye over one trade and thinking one trade's going to make you rich. Focus on hitting them singles, and it adds up over time. It does. All right, solid day today, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you guys are new to the channel here, hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors. As I always say, have that patience, have that discipline, study, study, study.